You are sitting in a room full of strangers. 30 minutes ago, you didn't know any of them. Now you are screaming their names, you are hugging them, you are crying with them. Something has happened to you, and you didn't even notice it happening. That is the World Cup, and the real reason it does this to you has nothing to do with soccer. It goes back much further than that. Further than stadiums, further than nations, further than language itself. The reason the World Cup turns you into a different person is buried deep inside the oldest part of your brain, a part that was built hundreds of thousands of years before the first ball was ever kicked. You are not just a fan, you are a member of a tribe, and your brain has been waiting for this moment your entire life. Here is what most people never think about. For the vast majority of human history, your survival depended entirely on belonging to a group. Not sort of depended on it, completely. Absolutely. If your tribe rejected you, you died. Alone, exposed, without food or protection, you were finished. The humans who survived were the ones whose brains treated group membership like oxygen, not a preference, a biological need. Anthropologist Dunbar spent decades studying this. His research revealed that the human brain evolved to track and maintain relationships with roughly 150 people at a time. Your tribe, your inner circle, the people whose faces your brain stores and monitors constantly. Dunbar called it your social limit, and for most of human history, those 150 people were everything. They were your identity, they were your protection, they were your reason to wake up. Now fast forward to today. Your brain is the same brain. It has not changed. It is still running the same ancient software. It still craves the tribal signal. The problem is that modern life rarely gives it one. You go to work, you scroll through a phone, you sit in traffic alone. The signal never fires, the tribe never assembles, and then the World Cup starts. Within hours, something shifts. You notice it in your body before you notice it in your mind. Your chest tightens, your heart rate climbs. A stranger walks past wearing the same jersey you're wearing, and something happens. A flicker of recognition, a warmth that you did not choose and cannot explain. That person is suddenly not a stranger. That person is yours. That person is in. Your brain just fired a signal it has been waiting to fire for months, maybe years. Psychologist Henri Tajfel first described this in the 1970s through what became known as social identity theory. Tajfel discovered that humans will bond into groups over almost nothing. Arbitrary colors, random team assignments, numbers drawn from a hat. The moment a group label is applied, the brain reorganizes the entire social world into two categories, us and them. And once that line is drawn, it holds with astonishing power. People favor their group, they protect their group, they feel physical pain when their group suffers. Now imagine that group is not arbitrary. Imagine it is your country, your flag, your language, your childhood memories of watching this tournament with your father. The signal does not just fire, it ignites. This is why you feel the World Cup differently from almost any other experience in your life. It is not entertainment, it is tribal activation. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do: locate your people, lock on, and feel the ancient rush of belonging that kept your ancestors alive. But there is something stranger happening underneath all of this, something that goes even deeper than group identity. When your team plays, you are not just watching. Neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti's work on mirror neurons revealed that the human brain does not cleanly separate self from other. When you watch someone move, your motor cortex activates as if you are moving too. When you watch someone experience pain, the same neural circuits that process your own pain begin to fire. You are not a passive observer, you are a participant. You are inside the body of every player on that pitch, running with them, lunging with them, collapsing with them. When the striker misses a penalty, the one that knocks your team out, your brain does not just witness that miss, it experiences it. The loss is not metaphorical, the devastation is not theatrical. Your nervous system has just processed a real defeat, a real threat. The ancient brain does not distinguish between a missed shot and a predator at the edge of camp. Danger reached you. The tribe is in trouble. And when the goal goes in, when the net ripples and the crowd erupts, something extraordinary happens in your body. Testosterone surges, dopamine floods, cortisol drops. Researchers at the University of Utah found that testosterone levels in male fans rise measurably after their team wins and fall measurably after their team loses. The same hormonal pattern seen in athletes who actually competed. You did not play a single minute, but your biology ran the full game. This is why the World Cup feels like nothing else. Your body is not watching a sporting event. Your body is surviving one. Now think about what this means at scale. Billions of people around the world are all running this same ancient program at the same moment. Every 4 years, the tribal signal fires simultaneously across every time zone, every language, every culture. And for a few weeks, the modern world briefly reveals what it has always been underneath the concrete and the screens. A planet of tribes, still organized by the oldest logic there is. Who are your people? Where do you belong? Who do you stand with when everything is on the line? You feel it in ways that surprise you. You feel proud of a country you sometimes criticize. You feel loyal to players you have never met. You feel grief when they leave the tournament, a grief that is real, that sits in your chest like a weight that takes days to lift. And then you feel something quieter after it is all over. A strange flatness. A sense that the world has gone a little grey. Your tribe has dispersed. The signal has gone quiet. The ancient brain is waiting again. Psychologists call it post-event depression. Athletes and fans experience it alike. After months of building toward a peak moment of collective meaning, the silence afterward is not just absence. It is withdrawal. Your brain was flooded with belonging, and now the flood has receded. But here is what that withdrawal tells you. It tells you something true, something that all the noise of modern life tends to drown out. You are not built to be alone. You are not built to be a disconnected individual floating through a world of strangers. You are built for exactly what the World Cup gives you. A tribe, a shared purpose, a reason to feel something alongside other people. The World Cup does not manufacture that feeling. It reveals it. It strips away everything your modern life has layered over the ancient truth of who you are. And for a few weeks, you get to stop pretending that belonging does not matter. You get to scream in a room full of strangers and know in the oldest part of yourself that these strangers are yours. Tonight, when the final whistle blows and the cameras cut to the celebrating players piled on top of each other on the grass, you will understand something that has nothing to do with soccer. You will understand why 3 billion people stopped everything they were doing to watch. Because the same brain that sat in a room full of strangers and found a tribe is the same brain your ancestors used to survive. And it has been waiting for every one of your years on this earth to feel exactly this.